Good morning. It's math, and today is one of my very favorite parts of geometry. We'll be working on something called tangrams. Can we say that word together? Tangram. Tangram. Now there's so tangram. Let me just tell you a little bit about what they are, and then I'll tell you a little story, and we'll do a project. So tangrams are kind of like puzzle pieces, and I'll show you this one. One of them I've already cut out. But so they're see this square here, and it has all these different shapes, and you can cut these shapes out and then use those pieces like puzzle pieces to make different shapes. Now there's a story that there was back in the time when there weren't so many beautiful windows. Someone made a beautiful, perfect window and had to deliver that beautiful window. And while they were on this long journey to deliver that window, they tripped and dropped the glass window. And windows were very precious then. There wasn't lots of glass. And the window broke into all these different pieces, just like this. And so, as the story goes, in order to use that window, they had to carefully make the pieces back into the shape of a square. Yeah, and while doing that, you can, as you move them around, you get all different kinds of shapes and sizes and different puzzle pieces, different animals, different buildings, all sorts of things. And so you can figure out different ways to arrange those shapes. There's a book that goes with that story, and I'll see if I can find the book to put in the newsletter for you to enjoy. It's a neat story about tangrams. So I love this story, but I also just love playing with tangrams. So I'm going to show you what I did to get mine set up. So you'll have to use your computer to print this out, okay? And there's two of them on a page. So I cut one out. And what I did was I first glued it to a stiff piece of paper. Okay, this was like cardstock or watercolor paper that I had. So I glued my square onto here. Okay, you want to put lots of glue on it so that your shapes will stick. And I'm hoping that I did put enough glue on mine, but make sure there's lots of glue. What I did was I colored my pieces so that when I cut them out, they'll be different colors and it'll be colorful. I colored these two big ones the same color because they're the same shape and size. And see these two orange squares? I meant orange, they're not squares. What are those? Triangles. Those two smaller orange triangles, I colored in the same color too because they're the same shape and same size. So these two and these two are the same shape and same size. And then these ones I colored all differently. So you can color yours or not, but I just thought it would be pretty to color them. And then after they're glued onto something stiffer, you're going to cut them out. So just cut along the dark lines there. And you're going to want to be a very, very, very careful cutter. So that when you do this and you go to use your shapes for doing math, that they will fit back together into the puzzles, okay? Now also, when you are printing out your shapes like this to cut out, you'll see there's a whole bunch of different puzzles that you can pick from, okay? And so I want you to pick a couple puzzles to give this a try with. So I picked this dinosaur one because I know how much kids in our class love dinosaurs. And you're going to try to fit your shapes into these puzzles. Now, I know from experience it's tricky. Some of these have stumped me even, okay? This one I can see right away that my square will go right there. So I'm going to put that in. I'm using sticky tack, but you won't need to use sticky tack because you'll have yours just flat on a table. Okay? And this one I can see takes a square like this. Now, for the tricky part is that you need to use your other shapes and move them around and fiddle with them and just see where they can fit. Well, it looks like that could fit there. Maybe. Sometimes what you think is right ends up not being right. That could fit there. Now I feel a little bit lost. Well, I know this could fit right there. But you know what? I only have a couple shapes left. And it doesn't seem like they're going to fit there, does it? Nope. Okay, so that is not how this goes together. Let's see. This could also go here. Right? And then does it seem like my big piece could go there? No, that doesn't seem right. Ooh, what about putting one triangle there? Then what could go here? Oh, maybe this could go here? And maybe this could go here? What about this? Goes here. Oh, I think I might have gotten it. Okay, and then if this goes here, sometimes it takes 3 or 4 times. And you know what? Last year in school, there were actually some that I couldn't figure out. So you might just have to keep playing and playing and playing. There, looks like we got that one together. Okay, so, but this is really fun because you get to fool around with these shapes, mix them up, test them out, move them around and see how you can get them together to make different shapes. Now there's all kinds of animals that you can try. So look through and pick a few that you might want to print out to try this with. It's really fun. And I'm going to tell you that it really, really, really makes it easier if you take this paper and glue it onto something a little bit stiffer, okay? If these are stiffer, they're easier to move, okay? This is super fun. You can print out as many as you want, do as many as you want. I hope you'll like this as much as I do because I love it. There's something that it just really challenges my brain to do this, and I love a good challenge. I hope you do too. So I hope that you have a lot of fun with working with Tangrams today. And be sure I'll try and find that book. So if you see that book, it means I was successful in finding it. And if it's there, you should check it out because it's a great story. Okay. Have fun with this challenge.